Hello and welcome to this 2025 Beginner's Guide to Cities Skylines. In this first episode of the tutorial, I'm gonna go over how the tools work, how to make priority roads, how to efficiently manage your budget, how to plan your water and electricity systems, how to make efficient zoning so you can utilize the map's natural resources, and a lot more. So let's get going. Alright, so down here we have the menus bar. And at the moment we only have the roads unlocked. In the future we will unlock most of all of these little icons down here. And below the menus we have the zoning meter, and we can see right now we have a very high demand for residential zoning. We have no demand for commercial zoning and no demand for industry or offices. Here we have the amount of money we have right now, and here it shows how much we're earning or losing every week. And here we have the population amount of citizens in our city, which is 0 right now. And over here we have how many citizens are coming or leaving the city every week. And here we have the name of the city. The city is the beginner city. And here we have the pause and the play button, and we have 3 different speeds we can play in. Over here we have the areas. At the moment we only have this area, but we'll unlock the possibility to buy multiple areas around here. And right here we have the milestones menu, and at the moment we are trying to unlock the little hamlet milestone, and we can click through the different milestones here. And I'm gonna take this episode of the tutorial up to the busy town, and then I'm gonna end this episode and continue the next episode with the to go to the big town and so on. To get started, all we need to do is to build just one piece of road, and that will then unlock some more roads for us. So let's build one unit of road here at 400. The price is 400. Yeah. And that unlocks some more roads and the electricity and the water supply. And I just quickly will go over these roads right here. The first tab is the small roads, which is a 2-lane road. Then we have the medium roads, which is a 4-lane road. And we have the large roads, which are 6 lanes. And then we have the highway, and we have the intersections, which you can choose if you want to, but I recommend you build your own. It's much more fun and they're better. And then we have the toll roads. And under each of these road tabs we also have the one-way tab and the two-way tab. So at the moment I built a 2-way road right here, and I want it to be a one-way road. So the way that I change this type of road is that I click over here on the upgrade tool while I have the one-way road highlighted, and then I click here. And then it upgrades the road to that type of road that I have highlighted. So in this case, the one-way road. So let's say that I had built another unit of road over here too. And as you can see, these roads point in 2 different directions, and they're supposed to go out of the city, both of them. So to choose to turn this one around, I then again highlight choose the upgrade tool here, and then I right click on it on the road, and that will turn the road. So the right clicking the road with the upgrade tool on turns the road. So let's say that I had built, I wanted to build, let's say, some road that goes into the city like this, kind of like this. Let's see if I can build something that looks a little bit straight here. Where do I get there we go, like this for example. And I wanted to, first of all, not have this being a one-way road, and I also wanted to upgrade it to a medium-sized road. Then I could click the upgrade tool here and just click on the road, and it'll upgrade it. So over here we have the different types of roads, or the different types of, if we can build a straight road, we can build a curved road, or we have the freeform road here. And if I, for example, wanted to build a connection from this road to this road with the straight tool, at first it looks good, right? Like this. But if I did the same thing on the other side, it's not gonna let me build a straight road. That's just how the game works. So I really don't want to do this. I wanted to use the curve tool here, and the one-way road again. So I can go out, you know, like this, an arbitrary amount, for example, like this maybe. Pick once and then click again where I want the road to join. And I can do the same thing on the other road, and it will make a much more symmetrical looking system. And again, I need to upgrade this road just to change the direction like this. Alright, so now we basically started, right? I need to build some more roads in here. Like, let's say we want to go in like this for the beginning, and then I want to distribute the traffic from there to each side of this road, and this will then be our so-called collector road. And what I want to do before I start building more roads is I want to make sure that I have the water system and the electricity ready for the city. So I'm gonna take care of the water system first. I'm gonna put in a water tower. You also have the opportunity to build a water pump. The water tower is a little bit more expensive, but yeah, I just want to show you that there is such a thing as a water tower and how it works. And I'm gonna put it down all the way up here. And the reason why I do that is I'm not planning on citizens living up here, because the water tower has a noise pollution area that's quite big. So up here in the orange area, there will be noise pollution, and citizens don't like to live in that. So also we need to put in a sewage, and we could put in the sewage pretty much anywhere we want. We could put it right here if we wanted to, but that would just result in us pouring sewage water everywhere where people are going to live. So the best place to put the sewage is at the sea. And if you zoom in on the sea or on a road or on a river with the sewage pipe here, or the sewage system selected, you can see the little arrows of the sea, which illustrates which way the stream is going in the sea. So at the moment the stream is going from the left to the right. So I want to go all the way to the right of our little tile here of our area and put down the sewage system right there, because that will make the sewage water flow this way out of our area, and that enables me to later on put down a water pump over here. If I had put down the sewage system here, the sewage would pollute the entire water strip over here, and we would not have any possibility to put down a water pump, because we cannot pump up dirty water that will cause citizens to become sick. So the next thing we need to take care of is the electricity, and I'm gonna put in a windmill right here next to the sewage system. And as you can see, the sewage system has a little blue area around it, and that illustrates where the electricity is picked up by the sewage system. So if I put down a windmill right here next to the sewage system, you can see that now both the windmill and the sewage system is within the blue area. That means they both have electricity, and the electricity is of course provided by the windmill. And before I switch over, I just want to illustrate that the windmill will provide us between 0 and 8 megawatt. But if we, for example, if I put it down here in the blue area, in the dark blue area, we'll get 8 megawatt. But if I put it down over here, we'll only get 5 megawatt, as you can see on the little sign there next to the windmill. So it's a good idea to put it down where you get the maximum amount out of it, because it'll cost 6,000 no matter where you put it down. Alright, so far so good. Now it's time to put down some water pipes, and I'm gonna start out to see if I can have somewhat systematic approach to building water pipes. A lot of people would like to build the water pipes within the within the road system, like inside the road system, and I'm going to try to do that, see if I can manage to have a somewhat systematic approach to this. And I'm gonna drag the water pipes all the way down here because I want to connect it up to the sewage system. So now the sewage system is connected to the water pipe, and that is a complete loop, and we now have a functioning water system. At least the water part of it is functioning. We still need to connect power to the water tower over here. And that brings me to the next part. I'm planning on having an industry area over here because I can see that there is a brownish color to the soil over here, and that means that there's probably ore or oil underneath the ground over here, and I want to take advantage of that. So in the future I want to have my industry area over here, and since the coal plant is super polluting, I want to put that down over here somewhere, but I can't put it down unless I build a road first. It needs to be connected to a road. So I'm gonna go to the roads menu again, and I'm not gonna be using the 2-lane roads too much, but here in the beginning, just to put down the power plant, I am gonna use the 2-lane roads, and I'll explain why I do that later. But I'm not gonna be using this type of road because it's 40 per cell. I would prefer to use this cheap gravel road in the beginning, which is only 20 per cell. But the power plant, it's a good idea to put that down on a normal road, because you can then upgrade that to an 8-lane road later on. Enough about that. And I'm gonna go, let's say, I'm gonna leave a little space behind here. I'm gonna go out like this. And that's the only normal road I'm gonna use right now. And this is gonna be upgraded later on because I'm gonna have the power plant, and I'm also gonna have some garbage disposal units over here. But that's for the future. In the beginning, let's make sure that we have enough power, and I'm gonna put down the power plant right here. It's a very expensive power plant, so we gotta make sure that we have enough money to build the rest of the city when we have put that down. But I think we'll be fine. We have 25,000, and that should be enough to get us going. So now the water tower has power, and our sewage system has power from the windmill. So now let's continue building roads. And as you probably maybe have heard on the internet, it's a good idea to make sure that you are building roads in a sane way here. And going out 200 is pretty cool, okay, but when we go out 200 from a 4-lane road, we will not get a, what can I say, an optimal block. Let me try to illustrate what I mean. If we went out 200 from the 2-lane road here, or from the 4-lane road, we will have, let me show you, I'm gonna use this right now. We will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares between this road and the big road, and that's not optimal. We want to have 8 squares between the 4-lane road and our other road here behind there, because the biggest houses the citizens can build are the 4x4 houses. So we want to go out 220 and then go in, and as you can see, that perfectly lines up so that we get 8 squares on each side of the road. And I'm gonna go out 300 and go back in like this. So I went out 220 and then went down 300 and 220 back in. But if I build another block, then I'll only go out 200 and go down 300 and go back in 200. And that is because now I'm building next to a small road. So you gotta keep that in mind, and just make sure that you get 4x4 on each side of the road, so that you can have optimal housing. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here like this. And the reason why I go out 300 here is because most of the bigger buildings that we can build in the future will fit within this, and if they don't, well, we gotta take care of that in the future. But to get started, I think this grid system here is pretty cool, and I've seen a lot of people use this on the internet, so let's also do that. Also, it helps us with the water system. So if we have this kind of layout, we will have the roads to go by when we put down the water pipes, so that we have a little bit of an overlap, but it's not bad, and it will keep everything very systematic. And trying to keep the city systematic here is a huge thing. it really easily turns into a completely chaotic city if you don't have like a plan for how you're going to build. So I recommend following this kind of principle, but you're free to do whatever you want. Let's do a little bit more building here. Let's see. All right, so here's another thing. If I wanted to connect these two roads up, it's gonna force me to build a crooked road, because it wants me to snap onto the road over here, and that's because of these snapping tools right here. If I turn them all off, I might be able to. No, I'm not. But I mean, these snapping tools right here, they're both good and bad. If I have the angle on, you can see it tells me what the angle I'm building at. I'm building at 40, 45. I'm building at 90 degrees, right? That's pretty nice. And if I have the road length snap tool turned on as well, you know, it'll tell me if I'm close to, or it's gonna tell me, you know, the road length here is 200. I think that's what it is. If I have that grid turned on as well, it'll perfectly align to these little squares right here, as you can see. And here, if I turn the road guidelines on, it'll show me a dotted line. It's not easy to see over here because that's indicator was in the way. But if I build it, for example, over here, you can see there's a dotted line, and that's the road guidelines line. So you can, I'm not gonna be needing the road guidelines because I actually wanted to go out to 300, right, and then go down. So to be able to go up straight here, I need to actually extend our collector road a little bit. And you will if this is the first time you play this game, you'll realize pretty quickly that these guidelines, they can be nice, but it's also nice to be able to turn them off sometime. Alright, I think we have enough grid right now to get started. Let's build one more block here. There we go. And now it's time to get zoning. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be zoning a 4x4 here. 4x4 is the optimal square. This is the biggest house the citizens can build, and the bigger houses they build, the more efficient they are. So if you want to have as many citizens as possible, it's a good idea to kind of make sure that you can build 4x4. As you can see, this grid type does not optimize for that, so that will be both 4x4 houses. There's possible to build 3 4x4 houses here, and then a 1x1. But that's not how they're gonna build. You'll see later how they build. They'll build, you know, all kinds of different types of houses and all kinds of different sizes. But let's zone all of this and do the same thing over here. And as you can see, I'm leaving the zoning empty within or next to this collector road, because it's gonna be very noisy, and I'm gonna use the collector road for commercial zoning. So let's just zone this already so that we're sure that we have enough. So now I've zoned this giant area, but when the citizens move in, they might move in all the way down here, they might be moving in over here, all kinds of different places. And I kind of want them to move in up here in the beginning, close to the power plant, because they'll need power. So the way that I ensure that they do that is that I'm gonna actually remove the zoning again, because I just did this for illustrative purposes. And I can now show you how you can remove zoning, and I can go over the zoning tools. So if you right click and start zoning, you will remove zoning. It's the same as choosing the dezone area over here and then dezoning like this. So you can just use the right click tool or the right mouse button to dezone. And now I'm gonna force them to move in this block over here, and hopefully they'll get power from this power line. Or else I might have to pull the power line all the way down here. So let's get the game going, and I'm gonna go full speed just for a minute here to see where they move in. All right, they moved in a good place. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit again while I go over the zoning tools. So we have 4 different zoning tools here. We have the filling tool, which will fill out a block and it depends on you know, what the game considers a block, but as you can see, it's quite effective. And then we have the painting tool here. I can paint just like one line of squares here and get them zoned, or I can choose the big painting tool and paint the whole thing like this. Or I can use this marking tool, which is really efficient, I think, to kind of choose what I want to zone like this. Alright, so now I did the whole thing anyway, but I think they're gonna spread out from over here. Hopefully they will. So it looks like everything is okay. Let's go check our economy here. Actually, let's check our economy first by clicking here. At the moment, we only have the budget unlocked. We don't have the ability to set the taxes or to take a loan yet. But the budget is very important. And at the moment, the only thing we have a budget for is electricity and the water supply. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit here. And if I go to the info menu over here and click on the electricity tab, you'll see that over here in the info view, we are way in the green. Our electricity situation is in the green, which is good. And if you read this information box down here, you'll see that we have a consumption of 3 megawatts, while we have electricity production of 48 megawatts. So we have a way too much production for the citizens we have. That means we can actually crank down the budget a lot here. If we do that, we will not be overproducing. And you will see already now the electricity production is falling to 21, so we could maybe even crank it down even further here in the beginning to 16. All right, but we need to keep an eye on this because pretty soon the consumption will increase. But let's take a look at the water situation. It's kind of the same situation. We have the water consumption of 6,000 something square meter or cubic meters per week, and we have a production of 60,000 cubic meter per week, and this same situation for the sewage. So we can also crank down the budget for the sewage, and I'm not going to crank it down that much. I mean, this was just for illustrative purposes, because pretty soon our city will grow and we will need to increase the budget again. So that's how you make sure that you don't lose too much money in the beginning of the game. As you can see, we are losing 290 right now, and we are gaining 6 citizens per week. So while I was talking and the game was running, we gained a lot of demand for industrial area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna still be using the gravel roads, and I'm gonna build an industrial area over here. And I'm gonna build it kind of like I built the residential area, but not completely like that. Oh, I misclicked. I'm gonna be doing this these blocks right here so that I have something to plan the water system from. But in the future, I will be building a lot more creative over here, because you'll see there is some zoning that's relevant over there. And let's see. So let's continue all the way down so I have something to go by here. Let's go like this. Okay, so now we can see that we want to build the next water pipe over here and over here and over here. Alright, so I'm just doing this so that I'm sure that I have a system that will work in the future. And as you can see, everything is kind of neat and straight looking, right? Alright, so let's unpause. Oh, and then let's zone. Let's make sure we are zoning this into an industrial area. I'm just going to be zoning all of this stuff right here. Alright, now let's go. And luckily they moved in right next to the power plant, so they have enough electricity. As you can see, as long as they're with touching the power lines or the other colors or the other purple areas. They're gonna be fine in regards of electricity. All right, so it looks like we have an increased demand for residential zoning, but as you can see, we already have plenty of zoning for residential area. So there's a little bit of delay between that there's a demand and they're actually moving in. So if you see there is a demand and you have some empty zoning, just wait a little bit and they'll move in. They will eventually move in. And right now there's not much more to do than just to lean back and watch the city grow. And oh, well, we are getting a bit of a water problem right here. It looks like these citizens do not have water, and that has to do with the fact that I did not run the water lines. Oh, and we're basically out of money. A good thing is that we are still making money, so even though we're running out of money, you know, I can build as we go. And that was actually a little bit lucky that I still had a positive budget. So that just shows how important it is to keep the budget positive. And I think we're just going to be able to cover the entire area before we hit the milestone mark. There we go. All right, perfect. Everybody has water, and let's check how is the budget doing. We're doing fine. We're only using half of our resources. It's good. Everything is fine. Oops, and as I said that, we hit the little hamlet milestone, which enables us to edit the taxes, change the taxes, and take a loan. And then we have some new facilities that we need to put in. We need to put in the garbage system and the healthcare system and the educational system. So let's do that. Let's start with the garbage system. The garbage system in this game is extremely important, and I recommend that you build it somewhat close to the collector road, for example right here, which would cause a lot of pollution to the area where there are citizens. So you need to consider that this garbage system is very polluting, and if I build it right here, I'll just not pollute the residential area. So this is the closest I can build it to the residential area and still have an efficient system. And the reason why I say this is that as soon as I unpause the game here, you'll see that there'll be garbage trucks coming out from here, and they'll distribute throughout the map. There you go, there's one. And they are super important for the city, and they need to have access to the main road. And that brings me to the fact that we want to take care of this main road right here. And the way that we want to make sure that this road has well defined traffic. And the way we do that is we go up here to the info map and we click on the traffic routes. And that shows us a lot of information about the traffic we have. Right now there's not that much information because we don't have that much city. But as you can see, we have a junction with traffic lights all the way down here. And that's all well and fine, but we would like actually to have this road be, you know, have priority, so that whenever you're on this road you can quickly go down here, and everybody that comes up to the road, they have to stop. So the way we do that is we could activate the stop signs like this, but also we could define this road as a priority road. So we can first choose the road by clicking on the adjust road tab here, and that will enable us to choose a road. So I'm gonna choose only this part of the road right here. You could choose more if you wanted to, but I'm gonna choose this part of the road only, and then I'm gonna click on the priority road tab right here, and that's gonna make sure that everybody that comes up to this road has a stop sign. And I have now turned off all the traffic lights. So that means that will enable our garbage trucks to quickly get around the city, to quickly get all the way down here. If we don't do this, we're probably gonna get garbage problems later on in the game, and it might even become a problem quickly. So let's speed up the game again and kind of take a look at the new buildings we have. So I think we should put down the healthcare system all the way out here, because it actually covers quite a big area. You can see where it's green, it covers. So it covers the entire city if I put it down all the way up here. And there's some people would put it here, but I would say if you do that, you might clog up the traffic on the big road. So it's better to put it, for example, here, or just on a road that's not the priority road. I'm gonna put it right here, and then I am also gonna put down a elementary school. But we're out of money, so let's go to the economy tab, go to the loans tab, and take the Silver Sunset loan. Don't worry so much about it's 5% per year, but just take the loan because you need the money, and we're still operating at a profit. And let's just take a look at the budget and see how is our electricity situation. As you can see, we're getting closer to our limit, so we actually need to increase the budget again. I'm just going to increase it to the middle here. And I'm going to do that also for the water budget, because pretty soon our city will grow so much that we need to do that anyway. So I'm going to put down the school over here like this, and then I'm going to start building more blocks. And I think I am going to first of all, let's extend the collector road here, and we might need to go in and take a look at the road types here again. Let's go in here up, and let's see. Yeah, we need to oh, if I could just unselect the road first. We need to adjust this entire road. Alright, so now everything that counted for this part of the road will count for this part of the road as well down here. So let's see. Let's build some more blocks. And I'm building this size of blocks because in the future, when we get some bigger buildings, they will most likely fit within these blocks. Alright, so the demand has not picked up yet. Let's just let's go like this. 300 out, 420 in. Alright, so this is where we're at. Here we go. And here are our blocks. And then let's take a look at the road down here again. What is our junction situation? Yeah, we need to I need to unselect the road first before I can do this. And then we can turn off the traffic lights. And it seems like our road is actually not a priority road. Let's go out and check that out here. There we go. Here, now it's a priority road. So now we should have stop signs when people try to go up to the road. Yes, we do. So it's a little bit of a fiddly process to make this work, but I think it's worth it, and it'll help you in the future if you follow that system. All right, so I'm gonna. Oh, it looks like we actually hit the next milestone while I was going to extend the industrial area. All right, so very nice. The Worthy Village. So we actually unlocked the new area, but I'm not gonna buy that yet. Instead, I'm gonna focus on the districts here, and we have a second loan we can take. And we need to put in a fire department and a police station. And the reason why I want to focus on the districts is that I want to make a forestry industry area. And I'll show you in a little bit how to do that. But I think first we should put in the fire department and the police department. So here is the police department, and it does seem like we don't have that much crime right now, but in the future that might change. So let's put that one in, and then put in the fire department. I'm gonna put it all in right here. So now I have all my utilities gathered here in the middle, and it's gonna be a nice place to have that. And then further down the road, I'll make another system here with another set of utilities, so we kind of distribute them out. So what I wanted to do now is I want to click on this districts button, and that will enable me to paint a district like this. And the reason why we want to make districts is that we can assign different types of policies to each district. And in regard to this city, I want to show you that over here on the natural resources map, which we also just unlocked. If I click here, it'll show me what type of resources that are on the map. And as you can see, most of the map is just white and there's nothing really here. But over here in the corner, we have a green area, which is the forest area. So we can make a forest industry here over here if I highlight this area. So we're gonna make a little bit of a forest industry over here. Also, you can see that we have a lot of blue here, which is the ore industry. So later on, we can also make an ore industry district. But at the moment, we only unlocked the forest industry. So I'm gonna click here on the forest industry and click on the district I just made. And that will put a little forest icon on the crescent district right here. And that means that any industry built over here is gonna be a forest industry. So I'm gonna extend the roads up here and out here. Let's see if I can make a 90-degree road. There we go. And let's see, is that within the district? Yeah, it's within the district. Maybe I should delete the little bit of this road. And then I'm going to use the freeform road right here. I'm going to turn off this one. And kind of see if I can build alongside this district. Let's see, maybe like this. And connect that up. Is that within the district? Alright, so my plan was to put down the road so that it fit with the district, but I'm just gonna extend this district a little bit so that I'm sure that everything within every industry building within this area is gonna be a forest industry. And here is a situation where it makes sense to use this painting tool, I guess. And the reason why I want the forest industry is that it's a clean industry. It's not going to pollute. So there's that. That's important for many people, that even in the game, you know, that we try to build a society that is sustainable. And I'm going to put in some more roads here so we have some more room. I'm going to do like this and like this, and then I'm gonna zone that area as well. All right, and as I'm talking, I can see that we have a more demand for commercial zone, and I'm gonna take care of that in a minute. But first I want to connect that area to the power network like this. All right, so it seems that maybe it took me too long. Actually, the demand for industry disappeared while I was doing this, but we did have more demand for a commercial zone. So I'm gonna zone an area right here for commercial zone like this, and I'm gonna put in some residential zoning right here and right here. Oh, I paused the game. Didn't do that on purpose. And like this. Okay. And let's see, do we have water coverage out here? No, we do not. Let's fix that. Okay, so far so good. And now we have put down pretty much all of the things that we can here. So right now all we have to do is to make sure that we have enough power and we have enough water. And actually, as I'm speaking, we are reaching the limit of our power plant. And as you can see, we actually don't have enough money right now to put in another coal power plant. And we don't have the possibility to take another loan. Oh yes, we do have a possibility to take another loan. So let's do that in a minute. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to raise the taxes just a little bit, so we make some more money. And you can basically take this up to 12 without people moving out. But if you want your city to grow fast, I recommend that you keep it at about 10 or maybe 11. But the lower the taxes are, the more demand the more people will move in. But let's take the second loan. It's important to take these loans even though it may limit you a little bit. It may cost you, it costs you 10% to take this loan and 5% to take the other one. But it's important to take them, or else you will take a very long time to build out your city. You can do it without if you don't want to, but I recommend you do it. And now we have the money to build another coal power plant, and I'm gonna put it down right next to the other one, which is already polluting. So this area over here is gonna be very polluting, but at least we're keeping it, over here, so we don't spread the pollution out to other areas. And we also need to take care of our water situation. I'm gonna put in, let's try to put in now a water pump instead of a water tower, just for trying something new. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive because we need to first put this one down, then we need to connect that with the water system. Let's see, am I getting the connection right here? There we go. And then we need to actually make sure that this system also has power. So we can do that by maybe putting down the windmill. We could do that, or we could draw some power lines. Let's see how much does it cost to draw the power lines. Oh, it's a lot cheaper to draw the power line, so let's do that. And let's hope that this is enough power to run both the water pump and the sewage system. Let's hope the windmill right here is providing enough power. If it doesn't, we will be able to see that over here on the water tap that we'll all of a sudden we'll be lacking water. All right. So now there's not much to do but to wait until we unlock the next milestone. I think we'll do that in just a second here. And there we go. Now we unlock the Tiny Town milestone, which enables us to use the landscaping tool and to make some event policies. Yeah, well, we can do that. And we have some policies we can enable. And let's see down here, we can now build the high school and the public library, and we have a lot of small parks. And the public library and the high school are very important for the city, so I think we should prioritize this. And what I'm gonna do is they are pretty big buildings, so I'm just gonna put them down over here, even though we have zoned this area. I don't care about that. I'm gonna put the high school down there, and then I'm gonna put the public library over here. And then I'm gonna dezone these squares, and this is now gonna be kind of our education and utility area. We also have the police department, and we have the fire department here. And we even have the healthcare system right here. So now we could spend a little bit of time to talk about the landscaping tool. I think landscaping is hugely important, and also one of the things that make the city a little bit fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to build a little bit of some walkways so that you can walk from the big city over here, or the big road over here, and down to the high school, for example. And you can also walk from over here. Can I not? All right, so I'm gonna turn off all the snappings here and then see if I can drag a straight line down there. There we go. So now our citizens can walk from the big road and down to the public library and down to the high school. And I'm gonna just delete this building that was right here. And I'm gonna put in a little bit, of pretty things. Maybe I'll actually put in, see if we have a small park we can put in. That's a pretty big park. Also, you know what? I think that a high school needs a basket court. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the high school, and I'm gonna click on this relocate building button here. And I'm gonna drag the high school out here to the side. And that leaves some room right here where I can put in a basket court. And I think we have a basket court somewhere here. This is the basket court. So I'm gonna put that right here next to the high school, and that's gonna make a lot of people happy. And also I want it to look a little bit nicer. So let's see. I'm gonna go to the landscaping tool, and I'm gonna make another path, a path that goes here behind the high school. Maybe I'm gonna use the free tool, the freeform tool here. and kind of turn it up so it goes up there and back here. And then I'm gonna put in some trees. So we have a nice school area right here. I'm gonna put in some trees by the path here. And maybe some large trees to the road. Oh, here we go. There's a larger tree. So that the school is kind of hidden in here between or behind all these trees. Like this. And you can go completely crazy with this. This is one of the things that I think that makes this game really fun, is that there's a possibility to, you know, make a little bit of a park, you know, and you can really customize this. I don't know what it looked like where you went to high school, but I remember my high school had a lot of plants around them, and the public library in my city was in a park. So I mean, this is kind of a small park. I mean, there's not much park to it, but we could have done that if we wanted to. But I think this is going to be good enough, and this tutorial is not so much about making everything pretty. It's more about, let's see what we can do and get going without, you know, hitting any problems. But now I think this is a nice area. It's the same tree everywhere, but it looks good. All right. So now that we have all these buildings in place, let's take a look at our district over here. It doesn't look like anybody got out here yet. Is that because they don't have water, maybe? Could be. Let's try to extend our system here a little bit. Now I gotta put back on these snapping tools right here. So the snapping tools, they can be good and they can be bad. They will help you build roads in the way that they will line up correctly. But sometimes it's also a little bit limiting for your creativity, I would say. Alright, so we need actually to build a water pipe right there. Right there. Alright, so we're gonna have to build a pipe right there as well. Here we go. And as you can see, the snapping tools also work for the water pipes. Alright. I think eventually there will be citizens using this area to build forest, but so far no one else. Let's speed up the game, and let's extend our zone here, or our little city here. And I'm gonna go all the way down here, and then I'm gonna go back to the... Oh, I need to get out of this one, and then take the traffic tool again, make sure that I have this entire road highlighted, and here we go. Now everything is a priority road, and it should automatically change the junctions, but let's take a look at it in a little bit. There we go. It looks like the sewage system is it's not at its limit yet, but it is indicating that in the future we need to take care of the sewage system. As you can see, the capacity is getting closer to max. There's still no citizens using our forest industry over there. Let's also connect these roads up right here, like that. Why do they not have power? Let's see. Oh, the power line is just barely long enough. There we go. That's better. So finally, some people are thinking that we should have some clean industry in this city. Good. So there's not much to do now than just to maybe we can increase the park build a couple of parks, and actually I think it's a good idea to take a look at the educational system. And as you can see, we do actually lack education. Elementary school is we have way too many citizens, and there are like 93 citizens that are not in school. So I think we should put down a school over here in the other end of the city. Let's see if I can. I need to delete that power line. And now I can put down the school here. Is everything connected now? No, we need to connect that power line back up. Oof, disaster. But we fixed it really quickly. So now let's see, do we have enough school? Yeah, now we have enough elementary school. Do we have enough high school? Yes, we do. We have a capacity of 1,000, but we only have 341 eligible. We don't have any university yet, but we haven't unlocked that yet. The library, there's only 8 users and we have the capacity for 100. So we don't need a library anytime soon. But as you can see, we are getting a lot of traffic jam here. And so far it's not critical, but in the future this will be a very problematic area, and we probably need to build a roundabout around here, and we probably need to move the elementary school in that situation. But that is a problem for the future episodes. Right now I'm just seeing if I can get this city up and running and get it to about 5,000 citizens, and that's the goal for this episode. So I think we just unlocked, yes, we came to the Boomtown milestone, which unlocks yet another area and enables public transport. So public transport is important in this game, but you don't have to build that immediately when you get it. The citizens will be fine without it. And let's see, what else do we get? We get the cemetery, we get the elder care, and we get the child care system. And those are very important. Those we need to have priority for over the bus station. So let's first of all make sure that we are meeting the demand for commercial zoning. And let's simply just continue the commercial zoning out here like this. And let's make sure they have water out there. They do. All right. So now that we have that in place, I think it's time for us to build the elder care and the child care and those systems. First of all, let's take a look at the population tab right here. We have 70% children, 19% teens, 7% young adults, and 55% adults, and only 2% seniors. So that tells me that we probably don't need to put in the cemetery quite yet, and we probably don't need to put in the elder care system yet, but we probably need to put in the child care system. I think the child care system is a good opportunity to maybe build a little system out here. Let's make sure, let's see, let's go out like this, and let's see if, you know, the childcare system I think should have its own kind of little square here. And that's just me. I think you know, it's important that the city prioritizes childcare. So let's put in a childcare system out there. I think that's this one, childcare, yes. Oh, I made that crooked, but anyways, let's put that in here and make sure that we get water out there. All right, connect those up. Okay, and it does look like, I just realized that it does look that the sewer system is getting closer to its limits. So I think it's time that we put in another sewage outlet over here, and let's see if we can put it in so it just hits the pipes, and it did right there. All right, and I think that just to be sure that we don't have any accidents, I think it's about time that we connect this windmill, this area, to the main power grid, and we'll make that prettier eventually. What is going on here? Why is this not connected? Ooh, wow. Luckily this didn't cause any accidents, but we actually did not have power to the water pump, but now we do. That was kind of a problem. But anyways, nothing happened. Everybody's fine. And these kind of accidents will happen all the time in this game, but that's just how it is. So I think we'll just be continuing our grid here. Alright, so let's take a look out here. Now it looks like we have some forest industry going for us. So here's some clean industry. As you can see, there's no purple outline around these buildings as there is over here. This entire area is becoming completely purple, which means that it's very polluted out here. Also, I think it is time now to do upgrading of some of the roads. Here we do have a small 4-lane road, which I think is gonna come in handy here. I think let's try to upgrade this to a 4-lane road. All the way up here, because there's a heavy traffic from trucks on these roads, and I think it's a good idea to have at least part of this system upgraded to a 4-lane road. Okay. As you can see again, this area right here will become super problematic in in the future, but we'll fix that when we get to it. So down here it seems like I did not extend the water pipes. So it's really important to keep an eye on these little icons. They'll tell you a lot. And they'll tell you all your mistakes. Very embarrassing. Alright, so the city is growing and there's not much to do right now but to just keep expanding the grid and hoping that citizens will move in. So let's do that. So I'm gonna start putting in some areas here just every once in a while for commercial areas. So you can kind of consider this, you know, like small businesses within, you know, the residential area. And then let's zone all of this for residential. Okay. And, you know, if you want to tell yourself a little bit of a story, you could say, well, maybe there should be like a little kiosk next to the basket court, and maybe also, you know, a little bit of a kiosk next to the library, and maybe also over here by the high school there would be some, you know, small store, maybe a cafe or something like that, and we will see what shows up. And also maybe over here by the childcare, which does not have electricity. My bad. Let's connect it up. But also maybe over here there is you know, some sort of a childcare store, childcare center. I don't know. Let's see what they'll build. You know, the citizens, they will build all kinds of weird things. Let's see what they built here. They built a drugstore. All right. Did they build anything next to the high school? Let's see. That's the Medium Muck Cafe. So there's a cafe next to the high school. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's really hidden well in between the trees here. Maybe we should delete these trees right here. All right. So what is this? Is there 2 cafes? Oh, that's an oil station. We don't want that. Let's just delete that and see if they'll build something else next to it. All right. So I think that's pretty cool, and we can, you know, we can go in and see if we agree with the city, with the buildings that are here, and we can delete them and there'll come some new ones. As you can see, somebody abandoned this building. It's a good idea to delete the abandoned building, and that's also maybe a sign to me that you know, the city is not fully happy, and maybe they need some more entertainment. Maybe I need to build a couple of more parks. As you can see, there's a green area here, right here, where they're very happy about the situation, and there's a lot of red. So I think it's a good time to maybe build a couple of parks. Let's build a park down here, and also another type of park up here. All right, that's probably not enough. Let's build another one over here. I want to take a look at the this natural resources map again, and as you can see, we have a lot of ore here, and I'm gonna make another district right next to the forest district here, but I'm gonna be sure that I don't paint over the forest district. And I'm not gonna change this because we need normal industry as well. So I'm just gonna go like this and say this area over here is gonna be the ore industry. Yeah, I think there's not much to do right now but to wait for the city to hit the next milestone. But while we're waiting, I can see that we actually have a one dead person waiting for transport. So maybe I can just make it, I can just put in the actual cemetery, and I'm gonna put in the cemetery over here by the childcare center, and maybe it's a little bit misplaced next to the childcare center, but I want to make this, you know, also like a park area, and maybe we should put down elder care out here as well. And let's extend this kind of park area a little bit and make sure that they have electricity. And here we go, we just hit the busy town, and that enabled us to unlock some oil industry, even some more policies and a lot of other stuff. And in the next episode I am going to continue from here, and I am going to take a look at our traffic situation, and I'm gonna put down all of these very fine buildings in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I put out a new video, and remember to take really good care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next one.